onto this, will you? Yep, Anita's serious. Me, I'm not so sure.
Well, she seems a very nice girl.
She is, like I told you. She wants me to meet her family.
It's the first stage. And he's under the parlor table.
It's the last stage that worries me.
Don't you think you're ready for the marriage stakes?
To tell you the truth, Alan, I think I'm past it.
Oh, come on, Len. Who collects your old age pension?
I mean, with her. There's a big difference in us, you know.
What difference does that make? It doesn't have to work against you.
Did yours?
Look, I know I married a woman much younger than myself, and I know it broke down. But age has had nothing to do with it. They weren't even a prime factor. You start going into personal histories, you can find all the reasons in the world why two people shouldn't marry each other.
I suppose you could be right.
And don't judge anything by my experience. You could have a very good thing going with Anita. She doesn't care about the difference in your ages. Why should you?
She's determined to be Mrs. Fairclough. She's made that clear.
Can I let go of this?
Eh? Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, I do have a sink unit blocked up. Can you fix it this morning?
Right.
Leonard, you might as well face it, you know. You are a kid at heart.
You're right, Alan. I think I'll go ahead. Morning.
Smooth, isn't it?
Fancy him?
Perhaps, not as much as you.
Only perhaps. That's not very encouraging, considering how I've made my mind up.
Have you, Len?
When's the invite home?
I'll fix it.
I'll accept. Tell him your fiancé's calling for approval. Fiancé. That's an icky word, isn't it?
It sounds great to me.
And whoever does the dishes can wipe down the cooker and clean out the sink while they're at it. And mop up the floor where most of the suds end up.
Flipping! What happened to the quivering little bride I married? She never used to be like this.
Well, you started off the wrong way, you see. You're too eager to please, you get played on.
And you don't.
Ah, it's my manner, you see. I condescend to help. A subtle difference.
I'll leave a list at the corner shop. You can pick the grocery list up.
If I am passing that way, Ord, I will do that small thing for you. You see what I mean?
Dead romantic, Lensyard.
When I left him, there was a proposal in the offer. And if he's like that at 8:30 in the morning on a murky morning like this in his own work yard, you can bet your bottom dollar it's serious.
Well, he picks his moments, doesn't he?
Well, I don't know. I haven't known Len for the last few years.
Oh, well, it's his life. Let him get on with it. I've heard it all before.
Not one single regret?
Alan, love, Len and I have kicked around long enough to recognise the fact that we are just good neighbours. It's no skin off my nose, are we, Weds? Let him get on with it, I say. Now, what plans have you made for us this evening? Is it another plushy nightclub?
No, it's a garage. Ashton-under-Lyne.
I see. Is it your garage?
It's my garage. I'm souping up a car for a rally drive on Saturday.
Oh, do you know, I've always wanted to know what it was like to soup up a car. It sounds so exciting. And I'm a liar.
What?
Oh, well, I used to always go along with the lads, whatever the hobbies were at one time, whether it bored me to death or not. But I gave that up as soon as I got turned into a snowball and a rugby touchline.
So you don't feel like coming?
Oh, I'll come, just to keep you company. But lay off the synchromatic meshes and the hydrochloric gears or whatever.
Elsie, there's nothing more exciting than a garage.
Yeah. A scruffy old builder's yard and a garage full of petrol fumes. Oh, what we women put up with.
Hello. Everything under control? In my own home? I should hope so.
Oh, I'm sure you can cope, but they are a handful.
Well, after you showed the way, I'm laughing. Hey, I must have knocked 10 seconds off the record this morning.
You didn't.
Well, what do you reckon? Dishes washed, dried and stacked.
5 minutes.
I had them done well under that, and the yard swept out.
Olympic standards.
I'm having a bit of trouble getting them to push the vacuum cleaner, mind.
Ah, now, that's where I scored. Dickie did, on one occasion, do the whole.
One up to you. Hey, but I bet you didn't get a compliment like I did.
No compliments came my way at all.
Ray said if they kept this work rate up, Alf Ramsey'll take them to Mexico. Probably be giving you a regular order shortly. When I marry Len. We're engaged now, you know, Mrs. Clegg.
You don't say.
Yeah. Expect we'll set up home in his house for now, till we can look around.
So, Len's taking the plunge.
Yes, in at the deep end and out of his depth, I should say. Only known her a few weeks. Sees a pretty face and he's smitten. There's more to wedded bliss than a flashing smile.
Ah, she's attractive.
And so are you, Maggie, when you're in the mood for sparkling, which you haven't been lately.
Thought I was wearing me I'm not bothered mask.
You might kid some folk.
But not you, Mrs. Sharples.
Any road, proposing and saying I do in front of Vicar are two very different kettles of cod. I'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah, I know, Ray, but I do feel responsible for Sandra.
Your kid can look after herself, don't fret.
With my mum in hospital, I promised I'd keep my eye on her.
You?
Look, I'm serious, Ray. She is my sister.
Yes, well, my intentions can't be anything but honourable, now can they?
No, but... Well, you do feel a bit about her then, do you?
Well, of course I do. She's the only one I'm easy with. Look, if I was still playing the field, she'd still be top choice. As it is, well, I'm lucky and I know it.
Ah, well, she makes out she's got a thick skin, but she's easily hurt, you know.
I'm getting the best of any bargain that's going. Am I likely to let her down?
Hi.
Oh, hi. Bernard's been giving me the 3rd degree.
You practising your big brother act again?
I am your big brother.
Yeah, and it's years since I was your little sister in Platt. He used to plait 'em, you know. I reckon that's where he got the call to go into hairdressing.
With hair like yours, it's a wonder I didn't go into rope making.
Yeah, well, you might have made some success.
That's it. Back to normal family talk.
I was supposed to call for you. What brought you round?
Well, I couldn't wait to give him a big surprise. It's my foot, a distinct wriggle from all 5 toes.
Hey, is there? That's great. Force him to, did you?
Well, I concentrated for a solid hour and nothing, not a sign. And so I forgot about it and it all happened.
Come on, let's see Langton's performing toes. Hey, that's marvellous. See, my shares have gone up a point already.
Hey?
Family joke. Hey, that big toe's not trying. Come on, you lazy lump, get wriggling.
Oh, I'll give it a chance. It's got more weight to carry than the others.
How's the other foot?
Oh, left has been left at the post. I think they've all been nobbled.
Did you tell the doctor?
Well, he'll keep till his next visit. Anyway, you never know. By that time, I might be riding Bernie's bike to the hospital. How you fixed for a loan, eh, Bernie?
He won't let anyone near his bike, not even to ding the bell.
Nothing to give me greater pleasure than to see you riding it, Ray.
You're honoured. Try and get the other one working before he changes his mind.
Oh, look, I've changed out my old rolls. What more do you want?
You could wear a jacket.
I'm comfortable like this.
Yeah, but not presentable. And did you scrub those hands?
Clinical, fit for an operation. I didn't have time for a manicure, though. My evening dress tie is at the cleaners.
Your blue knitted one is in the drawer.
Is it? Well, it can rest in peace. Look, Mrs. Fleming, I live here and I'm paying for this house. If I want to eat me dinner wearing a string vest and a top hat, I will do. Oh, the dictator's human, after all.
You're in a big top hat down to your eyes.
Right, now we're in a fun mood. What's all this cracking the whip about?
Don't know what you're talking about. I'll get you dinner.
Yes, you do, and I want to tickle this. Come on, let's keep this up all afternoon.
Oh, look at
You're
this.
fitting
Dickie.
Right, now I'm listening.
Get off then. I was getting my own back on you two, seeing how far I could go.
Following in Miss Nugent's footsteps,
Don't
eh?
you blame me? The welcome home I got.
Yeah, suppose we didn't exactly have the banners out, did we?
No, you didn't. Well, now I've confessed to you. Do I tell Ray or
Or what, Crafty?
keep quiet and take it out on him?
Keep him in the dark? Gang up on my mate? Gang up on poor Ray?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Well, at least it's night out, Elsie. You'll not be stuck in on your own.
Well, I can't see myself doing much dancing with Alan in oil-covered overalls and his nostrils full of petrol fumes.
Ah, perhaps he'll take you on the rally tomorrow.
As navigator? Yeah. You must be joking. I can't even find my way to the bus stop.
Oh.
Hi.
I expect you've heard the latest on Len.
Alan did mention that he was about to pop down on one knee and pop the question.
According to Anita, he has.
Oh, well, I don't know. Knowing Len, he can be a bit reluctant at times, especially if he's pushed.
Well, no reason why I shouldn't.
Well, let's ask him. There he is. Len, have you got a minute?
I thought you career girls had to get back to work. Can I get you one in?
No, thanks, love. We're just being nosy, that's all.
I think I know what's coming next.
Is it or is it not true that you are engaged because Anita is spreading it around?
We have come to some sort of arrangement. I suppose you could say we are, yes.
Ah, congratulations, Renata, then.
Yeah. Congratulations, Len.
And me.
Hey, fair cloth.
Hey.
How about fitting some swing doors to this like a Wild West saloon?
I was hoping to see you a bit later on, mate. I might have some good news for you.
Well, give us a hint.
That deal I've set up. It can go both ways, but I'm in with a chance. You'll be quids in if I can swing it.
Hey, I could use a few readies.
You'll have to work for it.
Well, don't I always? You know, for somebody who's about to line his pocket with a few fivers, you don't sound so bright. I'd say you got a touch of the depressions.
Does it show?
Uh-huh.
I suppose it should, seeing as how I've just told two good friends, two very good friends, that I'm going to marry Anita. Hey, come on, let's have it. You can't just say embalm me and leave it at that.
Can I? Well, I intended to. If you can't see it, then that's your lookout.
There must be a reason. I've got to know why.
You want my honest opinion?
I'm asking.
And folk who ask for an honest opinion usually want anything but.
Come on, let's have the home truths.
All right. Let's examine your character. Some fellas are loners, and you're one of them. You don't need anybody. You never will need anybody.
Brought your drink over, Mr. Fairclough. It's going fat over there.
I don't need a shoulder to cry on, if that's what you mean.
You go your own sweet way, don't care a toss for the opposition. Underneath that hard exterior, there's a hard centre, mate. Crisp?
It is what is sometimes known as independence.
Oh, you're that all right. And anybody weak, you don't want to know.
That's a bit strong, isn't it?
No, I don't know Anita all that well, but I'll say this. She is a clinger. She needs someone to cling to, and you're not the type to be tied down or clung to by anybody. Have I said enough?
So we're all agreed then?
Well, I agree in principle.
Oh, I'm all for it.
You would be.
He'd do the same for me.
Well, just have him on a bit for the last time.
This is termed the clincher,
The knockout.
which makes me out the villain of the piece.
Well, I think you were, Miss Susan, after all. Well, yeah, I think you did lay it on a bit, you know.
For your own good.
Any villains, it was you two.
Still, can't be. All right.
Wait for me to play bridge.
Hello, Ray.
Hey, what's our ex-wardress doing here, Dickie?
Oh, careful, mate. She'll have you on bread and water.
Ah, but she's not in charge of the lather now, is she?
Actually, I've asked Miss Nugent to come back.
Hey?
To look after you, personally.
Get off, I don't. Are you in charge again?
I knew you'd be pleased.
Well, Audrey's capable.
Am I? And appreciated.
Course you are. I was only saying to Dickie, now wasn't I?
Now that I remember.
Remind me to run over your foot.
I'm sure we'll get on as well as we did before, Ray. I'll fetch a few of my things over.
Stroll on. I thought we got rid of Emily the overseer.
And got soft Audrey instead.
Miss Nugent, personal attendant.
Good of her to volunteer.
Oh, I could suggest a few other places she could volunteer for. Look, Audrey, love, you are managing.
Think so.
Well, you're flaming marvellous.
Now he tells me.
And you are appreciated.
You've never said so.
No, he didn't.
Nor you.
Well, I'm saying so now, and I'll keep on saying it.
Steady, Raymond. Don't overdo it.
Especially not as Miss Nugent's no intention of coming back.
Hello, what's going on?
You have been had, mate. Pulling your leg. And the moral is, don't take your landlady for granted.
Or your wife.
Yeah.
There'll be something here for you. Yeah. There we are.
That's just a ticket, champion. Something to jam the cellar door open while I'm carrying the crates up. We had an old flat iron doing the job, you know, but somebody walked away with it.
They'll nick anything nowadays.
Well, must get to the bank before it shuts.
Hey, Jack, before you go, are you in the market for advice?
Well, I'm a good listener, Len. Publicans have to be. Perhaps you've not noticed that.
It's me and Anita.
Aye, I had heard.
What do you reckon?
Well, she must be a decent lass, otherwise you wouldn't have asked her.
You know what the problem is?
Oh, what do they call it now? The generation gap.
I don't seem to be conscious of it while she's there. It's when I stand back and think about it.
Stan Ogden was telling me that he went to school with Nita's father.
He's not the only one.
Len, wouldn't it be somewhat like marrying Irma Barlow?
Oh, no, they're very different types, Jack.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know. When a chap gets to 40 or so, he puts the brake on, you know. Eases up a bit. I did. I got into a little comfy hut, settled for a nice cosy life. Put away with patent leather dancing shoes, preferred the slippers like. And Annie was glad to go with along with me. I doubt if a young woman would have done that, you know. She'd want to be up and going all the time.
So you're not in favour?
Well, no, I didn't say that. I'm talking about me. Then there's the other side of the coin. I dare say a good many people have been in your position. They've thought it over deeply, got wed, lived happy ever after. It all boils down to the individual, you know. And, well, you know it. You don't want my advice. You just want reassuring. Well, I better get off. Banks are as quick as pubs for bolting the doors, you know.
The muzzy background is deliberate. It focuses your attention onto the subject.
Really?
You know, you'll be shot for deserting to the enemy. You ought to be manning the Flying Horse Fortress.
It's my night off. I'm waiting for Len.
Oh, him, he'll be calculating his future profits. You know, there's a fair chance we might be landing a big contract.
Hey, you didn't tell me.
It's by no means certain, but he's pretty shrewd, is Len. He knows what he's doing. Hey, he'll be saving it for a surprise.
Nice wedding present.
Marrying into money. Rich man's wife, eh?
But I accepted him when he was poor.
We can both say we knew him when he had now.
Hello, love. Gonna sit down?
Yeah, if you like. Are you tired? Been busy?
So. Grab a seat, love. I'll be with you in a minute. What have you been telling her?
Nothing about our little chat. I don't interfere unless I'm asked, and you asked.
I've been asking a lot all round.
Len, I got no right shooting my mouth off. Just forget I said it, eh?
Oh, yes, splendid.
The exposure on that went slightly awry, I'm afraid.
Jack, you must see these fascinating snaps of the Canal Bridge.
Oh, good. Very good indeed. Oh. It was a reflection that boxed me.
That's it, Anita. That's it. I can't go through with him. Oh, it's not you, Anita, darling. It's me, stupid me. And in all truth, I can't honestly think of any reason why. I don't know what I want.
But it's not married life.
Oh, my head's been spinning round trying to think of a reason to explain it, but there isn't one. Maybe I'm just frightened, scared that the same thing might go wrong again. You know, my marriage caved in on me. She ran away with somebody else. It's so long ago I thought I'd shrugged it off, but I keep thinking about it over and over. Then there was the divorce and the upset over my son, who's not much younger than you. And then she died. And then things started crowding in on me. Oh, there have been other girls, oh, aye. Laughing Len, the one-man escort agency. But at the first sign, the first hint of wedding bells, I was off like a rocket. But I thought you were different. You are different. And I'm very, very glad that we met. But I can't get over this feeling that marriage wouldn't work for me. And that wouldn't be fair on you. It wouldn't work. And it'd be my fault. Oh, I don't know. Maybe sometime when I've settled down, thought about things, might be different. But no. We could still go on seeing each other. I'd like to carry on seeing you, Anita.
And that wouldn't work for me, Len. I want to be more than good friends. As far as you and me are concerned, it's marriage or nothing. Yeah. Best stop right here, Len. Best we don't see each other again.
I wonder why I could never get a fella that collected stamps for hobby. I would have been a dab hand at sitting in front of the fire licking them little sticky hinges.
Instead, you're going to be deafened by a revved-up engine.
Yeah, and clomping my feet on a cold stone floor to keep warm. Any more talk like that and you'll go on your own.
My lamp's bust. Sergeant Turpin pointed it out. It must be a loose connection or something. It can't be battery, because I only put a new one in. It was new when I put it.
No, it can't be the battery.
No. Unless it's faulty, it could be a faulty battery. Yes, it could. I'd better go down to the shop and have it tested. You see, they have this tester down. Cheerio.
It's just like having my own family back. They think they own the place.
Well, at least he tried to apologise for bursting in without actually saying so.
Yes, give Bernard credit where it's due. He gets very embarrassed very quickly. I wonder what he thought he was interrupting.
It's all in the mind, Elsie. It's all in the mind.
No man's worth fretting about.
Who's fretting?
Moping, then. Any law and your chin'll be in them scales.
I'm thinking, Mrs. Sharples.
Aye, about what might have been. You want to look to the future, lass. There's better than him waltzing around, and you deserve better. Life's just starting for you.
My life's just starting. I've packed a lot into the beginning.
Any man in his right mind would never think of
Mrs. Sharples.
Anyhow, there'll be more than one coming to call, and you'll be able to pick and choose. You mark my words.
If looks were daggers, I'd be a pincushion.
Cigarettes, is it?
20.
Len? Oh, you're not looking as happy as you ought to. It's not every day you get engaged, is it?
It's what you might call a very quick engagement, Maggie. It's all off. And we didn't even have time to celebrate.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Fairclough?
No, go ahead. I'm in no hurry.
Oh, thank you. Mrs. Walker's coffee.
Yeah, she usually takes a large jar.
Yes, fine.
On the weekend bill.
Yes, please. The news has just reached me, Mr. Fairclough. I'm usually the last to know, and I'd like to offer you my congratulations. I hope you'll be very happy. Oh, thank you. Bye.
You can mark that down as another embarrassing moment for Miss Nugent when the latest filters through to her. Oh, it's gonna be one big laugh all round, isn't it?
Yes. All right, very well. I'll give her the message, yes. Oh, hang on just a minute. No, gone. It's a call for you. You've just missed him.
Oh, Mr. Bishop, is he on his way back?
No, it wasn't Mr. Bishop. It was the person who owns the lease on your studio.
Oh, good. He's coming round, is he?
He's coming round in the morning at 9 o'clock, but I'd hardly say good. Do you know who he is, dear?
No, Ernest got in touch with him. He wants him to approve the alterations for our studio.
Yes, well, I hope you don't have any difficulty, because your leaseholder happens to be Mr. Willie Piggott, pork butcher, etc., etc.
Why should we have him?
Well, you obviously don't know him as well as I do. The last two occasions that that man was in this district, he very nearly seriously upset Kenneth Barlow. And the second time he came, he wooed Jerry Booth away from Len Fairclough, and very unhappily, too. So for your sake, I sincerely hope that trouble doesn't come in threes.